Friend, it's so good to see you today. It's a big day. I'm running a little bit late, so I hope you're still here to chime in with me, conversate. Conversate, is that a word? Have a conversation. Welcome to a special edition of Networking Know How, where we help you network stress free like we do in our Down and Dirty Networking online community. And if we haven't connected yet, I'm Laura Orlando, the Stress Commando, and I am the founder and CEO of Down and Dirty Networking. And today is a really special episode for a couple of reasons. Now, one, we've got a very special event coming up tomorrow. And I'm going to give you a tip as to why there is a difference between networking at events and networking meetings and why we choose to have events. So, we're going to kind of dig into it so that you can know the difference and it can help you choose which type of activity is better suited for you. So, we're going to dig all into that. But first, let's talk a little bit about the event we're having tomorrow. This month, all month long in the month of October, we are celebrating World Online Networking Month. And so this month is your chance to expand your network. We are doing posts on our LinkedIn and Facebook pages of Down and Dirty Networking for you to engage, to answer and engage with other people that are commenting, find some other like-minded individuals, and just make some richer connections and have some more meaningful conversations. Now, the posts themselves will help you know how to connect with others out and about in your day or on other social media platforms like LinkedIn or Facebook, if those are your primary ways of networking. The content that we provide, the questions that we pose will be great content for you to reuse yourself as you're out in your day and have a more meaningful conversation than, hey, how are you? Because that's not going to get you a more meaningful conversation. You have to be a little bit more intentional about how you engage and ask questions. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what we're here today and about the event tomorrow and kind of get into things. Hey, Marcello, so glad you're here. Hashtag Team Live. I'm so glad you're live. Thank you for being live and watching. Yeah, get up and chat. Let me know where you guys are watching. So I'm so glad you're here. Yay. All right, so let's talk about the difference between networking events, networking meetings, and why we here at Down and Dirty Networking chose events. So first up, I have to kind of explain the difference between the two different types of networking. Use my words. Let me explain the two types of networking. Oh, Marcello, you're from Atlanta, Georgia. Awesome. I'm so glad you're here. Let me know, what's the weather like there? I am super excited in the Dallas area. We finally feel like fall. I think it'll last 24 hours and then we'll back to heat. I don't know. But at least I was able to put a long sleeve shirt on today. So that was pretty nice. I'll take it. I know my friends in Canada and up north are already getting ready to hibernate, as one of my friends said in an earlier live. All right, so let's talk about networking events and meetings and why we chose them. Okay, so let's talk about the two types of networking because that is a big distinguisher. So, first off, when you think of traditional networking, you're thinking about, hi, my name is, and you exchange business cards, leads, referrals, or maybe you're exchanging job offers, or you're asking for a promotion or assignment to certain projects if you're networking internally within your company. That's the typical understanding of networking. It's more transactional in nature, where it's, hi, my name is, and either promote me, hire me, buy my stuff type of thing. That is a valuable space if that's where you want to play. But there's another type of networking that we call relational networking. Relational networking is when you have meaningful conversations to learn from and about someone to build lasting and authentic relationships. Now, in traditional networking, it's customary to have an elevator pitch or a 30-second commercial. In relational networking, sales pitches are not allowed. There are no 30-second commercials. So that is just one of the distinguishing factors. Now, one of the tips, if you've watched before, you might have heard me say, if you're going to play in the traditional networking space, my advice and upgrade for you to consider is to adopt a relational networking mindset. Be curious to learn from and about people before you give them your elevator pitch or your 30-second commercial, and you will find that you connect at a deeper level and you get better results and you get more leads, more projects, more things assigned to you, because when you show that you are interested in people, then they want to know more about you. People look to be seen, valued, and heard. And so when you can demonstrate that that's what you're doing by showing up in a relational networking mindset, your reputational capital will soar and you will get better results. In relational networking, it just goes out the window. There are no sales pitches. It's a much easier way. And that's what we do here at Down and Dirty Networking. We are a 100% relational networking community. Now, knowing those two types of networking and which one you want to gravitate towards, or if you want to do both, because they're both helpful, they both skyrocket your career, but they're different. If you are not in sales and you're really wanting more meaningful conversations to figure out how to catapult to the next level or break a glass ceiling or handle a conversation or a certain situation, if you're looking for a more mini mastermind experience, then relational networking is where you're going to want to play. And that's going to be what Down and Dirty Networking does. I could not find a 100% relational networking experience, so that is why I created it, and why Down and Dirty Networking was founded. Now, when you're looking at meetings versus events, it does depend on the type of networking that you're doing. Typically, networking meetings that you would do tend to lean more towards the traditional side of networking, where there might be introductions, you might give 30-second commercials, there might be a speaker or some kind of program. But there's a typical agenda that you follow for a meeting. Maybe they do some announcements or things of that nature. For networking events, sometimes they're tied to like the event that I'm hoping to go to this weekend, which is where there's speakers and there's networking included into the professional and personal development. So maybe you've attended a conference or maybe you've gone to an event where networking was built in. And so in that sense, those also tend to lean more towards a traditional networking because people are trying to exchange leads, referrals, and you're exchanging business cards at that point. But in the relational sense, the reason we opted to go for events versus meetings, we are not a traditional networking community. We are a relational networking community. And one of the things that we heard over and over and over again as we were getting ready to kick off our company, people said that networking was more of a, ugh, not even a word. They just said it was ugh, like a chore. And they wanted less of the fluff. And when they defined fluff for us, it was anything that got in the way of meaningful conversations. So, no speakers, no 30-second commercials. They wanted to be able to have a conversation. They found it very cumbersome to go through these meetings where you really didn't get to have a conversation. And then you had to invest time to have all of these one-to-one sessions. Though they could be fruitful, they felt it was really just not worth it for them to sit in these one-to-one sessions that felt more like a bunch of sales pitches. And so I totally understood that. And so at Down and Dirty Networking, we do not have meetings. In fact, even our team, when we get together, we don't have meetings. So we're very anti meeting here. We want things to be meaningful. So we have tactical team trio time and we change the agenda up so where things are more fun, more meaningful, and we can increase vibrational energy. So tomorrow, we're actually hosting our signature event. And this is to celebrate World Online Networking Month. Now, our community is a closed community, meaning the only way you can join is when we open up membership, and you must be invited to join. The only way you can get invited to join is by attending a virtual sneak peek event. And again, these only happen a handful of times a year. Now, the sneak peek tomorrow will happen at noon Central Standard Time, and this is your chance to experience what a 100% relational networking community can do for you. We will be having this event. There will be no speakers. There's not going to be a program, meaningful conversations in a curated format. There's nothing to prepare. You don't have to worry about how you want to introduce yourself or your 30-second commercial. None of that. You do not have to worry about any of that. So if you're not as confident or you're feeling shy or maybe you're an introvert, this is going to be perfect for you because it's going to be the least amount of energy spent for the maximum amount of vibrational energy and value gained. So that is why we do events. The other thing that we do that's a little bit unique about the events that we do is that we start on time and I respect your time and we end on time. Now, when we start on time, what this means is we start at noon Central, but we do open the waiting room 15 minutes early. So what happens is you're going to want to get in the waiting room early. At noon, I admit everybody from the wait room. If you get into the weight room after I have admitted all, you will not be allowed into the event. Because of the nature of the event, because we get right into having meaningful conversations, it's very disruptive to have people in and out of the event. So we start on time, we respect everyone who got there on time, and then we can all be in the event having the meaningful conversations. So come early, make sure you stay on time. We do go till 1:30. It's a 90-minute event. You are going to want to stay for the whole event so you don't shortchange your conversation partners. But if you do have to leave early, we understand, and that's fine. Obviously, you can leave. But if you really want to get the full value of the event, plan to stay for the full 90 minutes. Now, as I mentioned before, we are a community. We're an online community that is available at your fingertips in our members only portal and platform, and we have our members only app. And you have access to this collective brain power of the community 24/7. Our events are members only. So after the sneak peek, we will have members only events once a month. We always meet third Wednesday of the month. And so we put all of our attention into our members after our sneak peek, and you are not allowed to attend until our next sneak peek, which won't happen until next year. So you're not going to want to miss this one because this is your chance to get in. Now, anyone who actually attends, not registers, but actually attends a sneak peek and stays through the actual conversation, that's who gets an invitation to join our community. It's very important to us that we know we're a fit for you and you're a fit for us, which is why we do it this way. It's a very intentional and deliberate growth so we can have like minded professionals ready to co elevate, collaborate, and connect and really pour into each other because that's the whole point of having things be more meaningful and less superficial. So, back to networking, meeting, and events. If you want things that are more predictable, if you want things that are a little bit, here's an intro, here's a speaker, here's where we exchange leads, you're going to be looking for more of a traditional networking meeting. If you're doing more of these events where there's personal and professional development, you're going to look for events that have networking attached to it. And more than likely, they're going to be more traditional in the way that they operate. In both cases, I still encourage you to adopt a relational networking mindset to learn from and about people and be curious because this is how you're going to really skyrocket your results and your reputational capital. Then there are networking events that are 100% relational, and I have not seen them. Maybe they exist, but I have not seen them, and that is why I created Down and Dirty Networking. So if you're curious what a relational networking event, free of sales pitches, free of 30-second commercials, that is more of a mini mastermind experience that just elevates your vibrational energy no matter what industry you're in, no matter what professional you're in, whether you're an academic, you're a C-suite, whether you're an administrative professional, whether you're a student, whether you're in transition, it doesn't matter. Whatever your position, you do not need to be in sales to do relational networking. So if you are curious, drop the hashtag sneak peek in the comments or DM me hashtag sneak peek, and I will send you the link to the event happening tomorrow at noon Central Standard Time so you can check out for yourself what this is all about. So hashtag sneak peek in the comments or hashtag sneak peek in to DM me. And if you have any other questions, by all means, let me know. We'll start, like I said, at noon Central and go to 1:30. And then afterwards, I'll be going live between 3:30 and 5:30 to share some best practices, tips, and lessons learned so you can learn from those that were at the sneak peek. Or better yet, come yourself. Come learn for yourself. You'll be glad you did. I promise you, you'll be glad you did. All right. Well, Marcello, thank you so much for being here. It's good to have you all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thanks to everyone else watching live. And if you're watching on replay, thanks for watching on replay. Comment. Let me know where you are. Let me know what type of networking do you tend to want to gravitate more towards? Is it traditional or is it more relational or a little of both? If you're looking for a little both, whatever it is, I'm just curious to see what you think. Which one do you think you might lean more towards? And again, put hashtag DM if you want, or DM me, or let me say that correctly. Hashtag sneak peek. Either put it in comments or DM me, and I will send you information for tomorrow. Can you tell my brain is fried? It's been a long day. All right. Hopefully this was helpful. If so, give me a thumbs up and tag a friend. Hopefully I see you tomorrow at the sneak peek. And if you're unable to make it, no worries. We'll keep you in mind for the next one. Let me know if you want to be considered for the next one, drop me a comment. Hey, get me next time. And I will add you to our wait list. That way you'll be the first to know when we open up registration for our sneak peek happening next year. But I encourage you to get into the one tomorrow and then stay tuned. We'll be having more World Online Networking posts all month long. So you've got an opportunity to continue to connect with us, not only tomorrow, but throughout the rest of the month and beyond. We've got some more things planned. All right. Hopefully this was helpful. Thank you again for watching live and on replay. Marcello, thank you so much for playing along with me. And I will see you tomorrow at the sneak peek. And I will see you tomorrow live here between 3:30 and 5:30 Central Standard Time for our regular episode of Networking Know-How. All right. Thanks so much. And until tomorrow, happy networking.